Here we go, real sales talk, back for one of my favorite topics. Where do you love getting business from? Where is an easy place for you to get business? Where would you love to get business from more easily? How about that? Okay? That's right. Sphere of influence, people who love you, people who like you. And wouldn't it be nice for them to refer you business so much more easily, to think of you more top of mind when someone's having a conversation about moving? Look, how do I ensure that that happens? Word of mouth is the best business. We know that, right? So that happens through a high level of customer service. That's right, customer service. Customer service in our industry is communication. Communication, the number one complaint people have about realtors is lack of communication. Okay, so the quality of my communication is in direct proportion to the income that I earn. A great coach told me once, he said, Paul, the communication is the relationship. Now think about this in your own life. Communication is the relationship. Your significant other, your wife, your spouse, your kids, your brother, your mother, your cousin. Now look, miscommunication, what happens? Lack of communication, what happens? No communication, what happens? Can you think about what this means for your sphere of influence with lack of communication or no communication? How many dollars is that costing you because you're not being intentional about it? Now, look, I know this is a separate topic, but mindset around your sphere of influence. Who do you believe yourself to be when you're communicating with your sphere of influence? You think you're a salesperson? Or do you think your service changes lives? Do you think you bring value to every call? Because I'm serving. And I'm looking at who I can serve versus selling. Now look, I know selling's important, all you hardcores out there. Okay, I know you got to sell, you got to close for the appointment, you got to get a contract signed. I get that, you got to set the appointment, and yet still I have to serve first. So having that mindset of serving versus selling initially with my sphere of influence helps me move through having a higher level of communication, staying top of mind, conditioning my sphere of influence, that I'm the professional, that I'm the connector, that I'm the source of the source. So I can garnish and achieve, extract those referrals and that repeat business or that business out of my sphere of influence. So I have 4 thoughts, and I'm going to do a couple videos on this. So I'm going to jump into the first thought. Great communication, great customer service is communication. Great customer service is communication. Now, how often are you communicating with your sphere of influence? Once a week? Once a month? Once a quarter? You bringing everybody out to lunch? You taking everybody to coffee? Probably not. But look, some people I am. I'm taking a coffee. Some people I'm taking a lunch. Some people I only want to call once a quarter. Some people I do call once a month. Now look, you'll have to figure out where they lay in the tiers of your sphere of influence and how you identify them. How do you identify them? Where do you identify them? So that I can understand who I'm calling and when, and what notes I'm taking so that I can stay systematically in touch with my sphere of influence. And I'm being intentional about my communication. So I can be intentional about my income. Who wants more of that? Say me. Okay, so how often are you reaching out to them? What types of communication are you using? Now look, all the indirect stuff, I love it. Okay, texting, indirect messaging on Facebook. You should be spending some time, there should be a time block in your schedule. What? Time block in my schedule for sphere of influence? Yes, because if it's not in my schedule, it doesn't exist. Okay, my ability to be intentional about when I'm reaching out to my sphere of influence and through what formats, through what resources, texting, social media, I'm sending emails, I'm working on my 33 touch, okay? It's because the newsletter, the market report, all good stuff, but don't forget, sphere of influence, because communication is the relationship, is best served like with your significant others, directly. Okay, those pop buys when the transaction's over, so you can bring them a gift and let them know how much you love them. Okay, those phone calls to let them know how much you were thinking about them. Man, I can hear the drunk monkeys now, especially for those high D's. Paul, that ain't me. I'm not looking to spend all that time to develop relationships. Look, I'm not saying you got to get married to the person, but you do have to have a relationship because communication is the relationship, and you want them to refer you business. Last time I checked, this is a low-cost variable here, right? Your return on your investment is high because your cost is low. So you're going to have to nurture your sphere of influence like a good farm, your first farm, your best farm, maybe your only farm. Because these people are longer-term developments. I'm conditioning them over a longer period of time to think about me. And direct communication, man, that really hits home to love and honor, right? What feels better? Happy birthday text, happy birthday phone call. Look, you know, okay, we were created for relationships. So make those direct calls, those direct contacts, whether you're taking them out to lunch or you're popping by or coffee, so that they, or you're having referral parties, right? So that they know how much you love them. Plan it. Be intentional about it. Time block for it. What types of communication are you bringing? Okay, finally, the value of your communication. Okay, what value are you bringing in regards to who you are and what you do? Okay, are you letting them know that you're the source of the source? You're letting your sphere of influence know that you have a contractor, vendor, painter, landscaper, pool guy, okay? Or that you have information about the information. Okay, so make sure that they're understanding that you're communicating the value of who you are as professional. Because if their sphere of influence, they love you, like you, they're thinking about you as the buddy, as the friend, as the cousin, as the brother, okay? As the significant other, whatever, right? So be intentional about the value that you bring to the table, because you've got tons of value that you bring to the table. And with my sphere of influence, there's lots of opportunity to improve the quality of my communication so that I can better receive referrals, so that they think about me. And it's not just here, it's in here of who I am and how I can serve them. Okay, at least one more part coming up on what's the best source of business, sphere of influence through customer service. At least one more coming up. Go make that money. Real Sales Talk.